Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Are you singing a little in Vogue?
You've
had that stuck in your head for a few weeks, huh?
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. You gotta put the hand to the ear.
Wow, wow, wow. Jana Kramer.
Thank you. I come out and sing with my guitar player.
Oh,
sing
very
some songs.
cool.
So it's kind of like
Go when you come to Nashville.
Yeah. I have to ask you about Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
What's up? Definitely not my singing voice.
Welcome to What Women Binge.
Thank you for having me here today.
So glad you're here, Amanda. What are you watching these days? What's
All the weird things that Logan puts on my television.
what does he put? I know you guys binge a lot. I love it.
Well, he watches a lot, and so therefore I end up watching a lot just by default. So right now he's into like the Pentaverate. It is the weirdest, funniest, most bizarre show I've ever seen.
How do you spell that? Pentaverate?
Like it sounds.
P-E-N?
P-E-N-T-A-V.
E-R-I-T? I'm gonna have to find that. That's Netflix, right?
Yes, and it's Mike Myers
Oh yeah.
and Mike Myers.
Mike
and Mike
Myers
Myers.
playing a billion characters.
A billion. I don't know how they do this. There's so many prosthetics. There's so many costumes. There's so many accents. Like I have no idea how he can keep it straight.
Oh wow.
And they're all interacting with each other. And then there's these other comedians who come in and play other characters.
Oh.
And
But it's all scripted. And
it's all scripted. It is the most bizarre story. So the Pentaverate is like this Illuminati kind of like secret society that's like running the world
cool.
behind the scenes. And
This is a TV show, not a movie.
it's a TV show.
How have I
And
not heard about this?
Because I don't think it's making waves. I'm not sure that it's getting rave reviews because
Interesting.
it's so bizarre.
Yeah.
But clearly, Mike Myers' wife had to have just been like, I am so sick of you being at home and doing nothing. You have to
Please
do
go
something.
be a bunch
Please
of characters
go
and get it out
and
of your
just
system.
do something. And Netflix was like, yeah,
Come
dude,
on board.
Here's a ton of money. Make whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I
And
love that.
so he did.
You know, that reminds me, I forgot, I'd watched a few episodes of Murderville. Have you seen Murderville?
No, but I've
With,
heard that it's great.
Yeah, Arnett. Is it Will Arnett?
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's like an episode of Law and Order, but everybody's in on it except the guest. So everybody else has a script. The guest has to come in and improv. So I think the first one was Conan O'Brien, and then they got this football player. He was actually amazing. I wonder if they actually scripted his part a little bit because he was almost too
so
good. But these people come, and so they always intro. It kind of starts the same way, like they intro the person, and they're like, "Here's your new partner," and Will Arnett has to meet his new partner for the episode, and then they have to solve a crime. And at the end, the person really has to say, it's almost like a game show in a way too, because they have to say they have three suspects,
Like who done it?
and yeah, so they've gone and interviewed all three suspects, and then they have to guess on who it is, and then someone steps out. It's almost like Clue, I guess, because
Yeah.
at the end they step out and go, "You got the right murderer," or "Nope, that's the wrong murderer. It's so and so." And so
That's fun.
everyone else is in on it. There's this one episode.
Logan
it
would
might
love
be,
this.
Yeah, I know. It might be Conan O'Brien, and it's the kind of show where you can pick up and leave it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't
It's
have to.
episodic.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. And so there's one episode, I think it's Conan O'Brien, the first one, where there's a little girl, and he has to talk to the little girl. The little girl I was watching her going, she doesn't know what his responses are, and she is doing she is killing it with her
Like
responses.
she was the one improving?
Well, she had to at some point kind of go along with it, I assume, because he doesn't know. You don't know what he's going to say, so she can't. She might have some prepared remarks, but she doesn't really know where he's going to take it. You know,
That's crazy.
I don't know. I watched the whole thing just with that like director's eye, or like thinking about like if I was ever a guest. Of course, I'd look at it like, could
you
I
should
guest
totally
star
go
on this?
on.
How scary would this be? What would be a good response? I never took improv classes, so I don't know all those like, you know, even in the movie Just Go With It, the little girl in that, Bailey, what's her name? She's such a talented little actress, but she teaches you the 101 of improv, which is like never answer a question with a question, or always
I thought
do
it is
something on the
always answer a
positive.
question with a question.
Maybe it is, or like be on the always.
Oh, yeah.
Always be on the positive, or add something to it, or whatever the rules of improv are. I'm gonna have to look those up if I ever get asked to
you
guest star
are.
on Murderville.
You should do it though.
I would love to. I love a challenge. Like
Murderville.
anytime I think I can't do something, I want to do it.
Have
yeah,
Melissa
Murderville.
on.
And Mark and I are still just deep into Lost. I find the show really fascinating because while I knew there were two things I knew. Spoiler alert! I knew that it was about a plane crash, and I knew that it ends with something about aliens. So those were the
You
two
got
things.
a long journey ahead of you.
I know. Somehow in 7 seasons, we're going to get from.
Did
the
you know
plane
there's
crash
polar
to
bears?
Aliens. I did. Well, only because it's in the second episode. I
Okay.
think it is, where you're like, what the hell? So there's like all these questions. Like we're like halfway through season 1, maybe a little bit more than that, and I still like the monster kind of disappeared, but the French woman they find says it's not a monster. And then she says that she was a mom. So now I'm thinking like her son is going to be the quote unquote monster. I don't know. I can't. There's so much, and the thing is,
I don't know that I remember all the twists and turns of that show.
Every
watched
episode
it.
tells a different story, so they take a different character and dive into their past. It's really fun.
It gets real weird.
I can't wait to see when they actually make a civilization, like which they obviously have to, and figure out a way of life. They just discovered how to like make a shower. They're going to run a pipe, and then from the whatever waterfall or whatever it is they found, the fresh water, and they're going to like in the pipe they're going to put holes, and so that can be their shower, so it won't mess with their clean water. Like. Brilliant. Like, I love seeing that kind of stuff, like inventive, like post-apocalyptic.
Like, I'm going to keep that note in my head in
yes,
case I'm ever
for my
stranded on an
post-apocalypse
island.
When I have my chickens and my bees and
my
I'm
garden.
already planning, like I'm already growing mint and tomatoes. I'm like, all right, so if I need to just live amongst my stuff, I will have at least tomatoes, mint. I want bees for honey. I want chickens for eggs. Except that I learned that, do you know that chickens only lay eggs for like 3 years?
Yeah,
then you got to eat the chicken.
Yeah.
And you got to get new chickens.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, but if they're laying eggs, you raise more chickens. It's like a cycle.
Well, if they're fertilized, but I don't know how to fertilize them.
You got to have a rooster.
Oh, a rooster. Yeah. They're loud.
I don't know how to fertilize them. That's
Maybe our guest today will know
Melissa,
how to fertilize an egg.
Let's talk about the birds and the bees.
The birds and the bees.
But also our guest.
Let's skip the birds and bees. Let's skip the chickens and the bees and get to our guest today, the lovely Jana Kramer.
She is lovely.
She is quickly becoming another queen of Christmas, does a lot of Christmas movies. Also a Lifetime girl like me.
Mm-hmm.
She's a singer, actor, Dancing with the Stars alum. She was born in Michigan, but got her start in Hollywood in 2002 on a horror film called Dead Undead. Dead/Undead. I don't know how you say
didn't
that.
see it because I don't watch horror films, but
I know you don't
I've
like the
watched
horror.
her on other things like
Well, she was on All My Children.
yes,
And that's where her career started to take off, but she's best known for One Tree Hill.
that's right.
And you've seen her, I mean, in numerous big shows like Entourage, Grey's Anatomy, Friday Night Lights, Beverly Hills 90210 reboot. But in 2011, she signed with the music label Elektra, had a debut song, I Won't Give Up, which premiered on One Tree Hill, and went to number 75 on the Billboard 100. What else? She has 2 country albums. I think they're country.
Yeah.
Self-titled. And the second one was called 31. She has since become a familiar face on Lifetime, the Christmas movies like we talked about. Including working with my crew and my old pal Mario Lopez that I've done
On her
3
latest
Christmas
one.
movies. Yeah, that one will be out later this year. So you guys can check that out later this Christmas. So let's welcome a local Nashville girl, Jana Kramer.
Yay!
Woo, Jana!
So Melissa, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you. You've been really working hard on getting your immune system up and going really well and getting your body in shape. What's your secret weapon now?
Well, I've been using AG1. Do you know AG1?
I have heard of this.
It's made by Athletic Greens. It's great. It tastes great. You do a scoop. Oh, no, because I know those veggie things can be not so tasty. This one is pretty yum.
What do
You
do?
like put a scoop in your water in the morning and it, oh my gosh, it helps in so many ways.
So tell me what it's doing for you.
So with 1 scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, all kinds of good stuff, right? It's
Oh.
lifestyle friendly. You can eat it when you're keto, paleo, vegan, dairy free, gluten free, all the things.
So it's good for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it costs less than $3 a day. So you're investing in your health and it's cheaper than that cold brew habit.
And I love this. They're sustainable too. For every purchase, they donate to organizations helping to get nutritious food to kids in need, including No Kid Hungry here in the U.S.
That's
and
amazing.
Yeah, they do like climate neutral, certified, all that good stuff.
That is amazing. So right now it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills or supplements to look out for your health.
Yeah, and to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/WWB.
Again, that's athleticgreens.com/WWB to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Thank you, Athletic Greens, for supporting What Women Binge. Well, everybody, welcome Jana Kramer.
Thank you.
Our paths cross, like, well, we haven't crossed paths, but like we seem to know all the same people.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that we haven't met before.
I know and I was so hoping you were gonna come on set because I've been obviously wanting to meet you since the 90s. But I was just like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, it's like the the degrees of separation. So
Yes,
now
it's
we're
been
here.
crazy. We share a massage therapist and I think a hairdresser. Robin is
I've
a
heard wonderful
magic
things about this
worker.
person.
Yes.
Magic fingers.
Oh my gosh. She's also Patty Heaton's, our friend Patty's.
She's amazing to the point because I don't like the soft. Like if someone was just like,
Oh no, like
And I'm
dig
like,
into
please,
me.
like, just
get your elbow in
stop.
there.
Oh, she'll say, you're
Yeah.
going to cry? Just hold still. And she's like, because I've been running a lot recently. And so my shins have been like, I guess she said the muscles attaching to the bone, which is not a good thing.
Yeah, she always like says the thing. I'm like, I don't care. Just get in there.
Oh, and she
Get it
uses
out.
the elbow. She's like, this is going to hurt. You're going to hate me. I'm like, I don't, wait, what? Wait, what are you doing? Hold on.
Yeah, she's great though.
Great.
I love her.
Really good.
But
yeah, so we have
a
a
lot
lot
of
of people, hair and makeup people. And then you just did a movie with like everyone I adore. Well, Mario Lopez. What's the name of the movie?
I was like, what is it?
Is there a name yet?
Steppin' into Christmas.
Stepping into Christmas. There's a big show, right? It's all a big show.
Or it might be holidays. I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah,
You know how
so
they
that'll
like
be
change.
this Christmas.
Yeah.
But David Kendall directed it, who was the showrunner on Melissa and Joey.
Oh,
So we
that's
worked together
right.
for
Okay.
5 years. He texts me every Thursday night, you're beautiful and you're funny, because when our show ended, I was like, who's going to tell me that I'm beautiful and funny every Thursday night? So he still texts me every Thursday.
Oh, that
tell
is
you
so,
you're beautiful
that's
and
so
funny. Isn't that
David
funny?
too. He's so sweet. Like he would, yeah, he just always made me feel like good. You know?
Oh, he's such positive, big smile no matter what's
Yeah.
going on, no matter what drama. He's like, we're good.
Aw.
We're good. So I loved seeing him. And then you had my whole crew that we've used on like 8 movies, like Ryan and Treyana on camera, DP.
Yeah.
Matt, our sound
Ryan's
guy.
amazing.
And you had my sister-in-law,
No, she
Sally,
dressed me.
doing wardrobe.
I know. Ryan, his lighting, like he's a master.
Yeah, he did like
great.
he did so many movies for us. He did one called Christmas Reservations, Dear Christmas. He did Feliz Navidad with me and Mario that I directed for Mario. Oh my gosh, yes, that whole crew, like almost all of them are.
And
just
you
all
live
buddies of
here,
mine. I live here now. Yeah.
When did you move here?
Year and a half ago
From LA.
from Connecticut, actually.
Oh, from Connecticut.
Yeah. So how long have you? Are you original?
2.5 years.
Oh, so just a
from
little bit
LA.
longer.
Yeah.
And
And I love it.
You do.
Do you like it?
I do. I mean, I've met some fabulous people.
I mean,
Amanda, right here, my BFF in
I know.
Nashville. No, totally. And that's the thing. I've loved the people. It took me a little while to settle in because I really didn't want to leave Connecticut. I had such a good group there.
Beautiful there.
It's beautiful. It's quiet. It's like, and it is here too. But we decided to live closer to the city.
not quiet here.
We live close to the city. But I also love that here you can go to show. Like I have never gone to so many music performances, stand-up comedy. Like
So why did you move here then?
my husband wanted to be in Alabama. And I said, this is as close as I would get.
Aha. Yeah. No, this is good.
This is good. We're good here. We're
Nothing
good here.
against Alabama.
No,
but
you know
like,
what? Flying, trying to get anywhere from Alabama would be very difficult.
very
I was like,
hard.
Nashville, I
I'm
can
from
get
there.
direct.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are?
Yeah.
Like but I'm like, I don't even know if I've like, I mean, I think I've been to, I've been to Alabama.
Probably been to
but like,
Birmingham.
yeah, Birmingham. But I feel like there's not like, I don't know. It's still like a little behind maybe.
You need
It's
to go.
just a different world. There,
It's
not
farmland,
necessarily
country.
Well, Birmingham is like a
Not
city,
Birmingham,
but
yeah.
like for me personally, there was nothing for me to do there.
Yeah.
Like my job, the jobs I wanted to do didn't really exist there.
In the art field
yeah,
and stuff.
Nashville was much more creative, and
For me, it was the airport. Honestly, it was being able to get out of here. And it was also my agency was here and stuff like that. But like, I could get to New York in a quick hop. I can get directly to Burbank, California, not even
direct
like
flights out of
LAX.
Birmingham are very hard.
There's no direct flights out of Birmingham. Like you can get to like, down to ECP, down to like the 30A or something.
That's about
or in
it.
Atlanta. Yeah. So that's why I had to make the decision to be, I was like, this has to be, if I'm going to leave my kids, it has to be like a quick hop and then I'm back. So
How many kids again?
we got 3 boys.
3 boys.
You've got 2, one of each, right?
I've got a 6-year-old girl, Jolie, and then a 3-year-old boy, Jace.
I have 6-year-old girls. I have twin girls, and I have a 9-year-old boy.
Well, we got to get them together.
Oh my goodness,
sure.
I love that.
She's just finishing kindergarten. It's like her last week. And
My girls just graduated this
breaking
week.
my heart.
It's why is that so heartbreaking?
Because they're going to be a first grader. Like you're
What
not
is that?
little, and I don't know. You're
They feel like big kids all of a
stinky.
sudden.
Then I don't know. Like,
Like we have a friend whose son is graduating 5th grade and going to 6th grade and she's having a really hard time
Oh,
with
yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
I know my
That's
son's
when they're
like 2 years
stinky.
away from graduating high school and I'm like,
high school.
I can't even, like, all of a sudden he's driving and like these things, they just fly. What do they say? The days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah.
So it's,
I've always wondered about that with my son because every night I say, "Who's your soulmate?" And he says, "Mama." And one day, like he's going to meet someone, and then I'd be like, "No, like, I'm
You're
your
his first
soulmate."
love.
Like
you're his first love.
I can't even.
It's hard.
I love my daughter more than anything. Like, but she's going to be fine. But it's like my son is like, there's
There's something about that mother-son bond that
like
is.
he's just my soul.
My third one, I thought each one was, and then they go through that stinky teenage years, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, they don't like me that much. I'm embarrassing them. Like I'm not really, because I'm the cool mom, but no, I'm embarrassing them. Like I think I'm cool. I'm like, come on, I like listen to Rage Against the Machine and drive a pickup truck. Come on, and then they're like,
I'm picking up everything I need to know about teen parenting from her and just keeping it in my pocket.
Or Euphoria, or the TV show Euphoria.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. I'm
if
scared.
you'd like to be terrified for your children, watch Euphoria.
Great. Honestly, I was talking to my therapist a few weeks ago, and because she's got a boy, I think he's 15. And she's like, honestly, Jana, she's like, it's the girls that are the problem with the boys that age.
My boys are like
They're
my
good
16-year-old. They
boys.
are really good boys. They are, and they actually, despite what my husband will say, they keep their room clean.
Well, that's good.
I think they just throw their dirty
Mark
clothes
has a
away.
higher standard of cleanliness.
Mark
than all
thinks
of us
everything
do.
has to be put in its exact place, which I appreciate in the household. But for
That's
teenage boys,
amazing.
it's okay. By the way, we didn't give you fuzzy socks. Would you like some fuzzy socks?
I'm actually good, I think. Yeah. I've got like this real soft, like roby
Yeah, I
kind
love
of
them.
type thing on.
I mean, take them home with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
give them
I'm
to your
kind
little
of
girl.
vibing this one. Yeah, I like
go
this
for
one.
Yeah, there's
Thank
some.
you.
Oh, these
Wow,
are actually my
thank
dirty
you.
ones that are in here.
Where are these from?
Oh, like Five Below.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. I love this very much.
We went, and when we knew like Christmas was ending and whatnot, we stocked up on every kind
We love
of
fuzzy socks and we want everyone to be comfortable.
Yes, I love that. And it kind of this reminds me of like, when you're in a hospital and like you've got
gorilla
like,
socks.
You won't slip.
You won't slip.
I love it.
It's the worst.
Anti-slip fuzzy socks. But
Yeah, those are
take
super
home to your
cute.
daughter.
Okay, thanks.
But okay, so
Those are cute.
let's talk, because of course the fans want to hear about One Tree Hill.
Oh,
So give us
yeah.
any
One
dirt you
Tree
haven't given
Hill.
anyone before in the past.
Dirt. Okay. I'm like, dirt. I'm like, what can I really say?
Is there any like behind the scenes story you haven't told, or something that maybe people don't know?
Chantal and I weren't friends when we were on the show,
Oh.
but now we're like best friends.
It's interesting how that happens, huh?
Yes. But I will say it's because when Chantal, do you know Rob Buckley? He's in a bunch of like those Christmas movies.
Oh yeah.
So I think he does Hallmark though. Traitors. the other people.
It's one camp or the
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
So when it was like Chad Michael Murray, Hillary Burton, who's just amazing human, she's awesome. But when they left, like the new cast came in. So it was me, Chantal, and Rob Buckley. And when we got there, it's like everyone had already kind of picked their sides. They'd been filming the show for 6.5, 7 years.
So it was like clicks.
So it was very clicky. So it was like, if you're either going to be on team this person or you're going to be on team that person. And if you're friends with that person, then you can't be friends with this person.
No,
So
it's like Lifetime Hallmark.
trying to like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, you're trying to like figure it out. And I'm like, I'm going to go left. Chantal went right. And then there's some issues with our showrunner at the time. And so he kind of like pitted us, the girls, against each other in a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
And we didn't really know that until off the show.
Okay. And then you came together in the chaos of that, like
Yeah.
in the memory, like with trying to heal it, or
Yeah, because and then we Chantal and I just we're the closest from the show, and then Austin's my closest guy friend from the show.
Okay.
Who's
I can kind of relate, I guess, on the Sabrina. Like, I actually hung out more with the crew than I really did with the cast, but we always got along really well. But now that the show's over, and I still have my good friends from the crew, but only a few that have really survived as good friends. But it's funny because the cast keeps in touch a lot more now than maybe we even did back then.
Yeah.
So I can kind of relate.
Well, and I kind of think too, like everyone was young. We were in our young 20s. I mean, you were younger then as well, but
Did
like
you guys film in LA?
we filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh,
it's
so you're a
small
little
town.
isolated,
Oh
too.
yeah, like the only thing there was a movie theater and J. Crew. Like that was like
my
there was
gosh.
like you couldn't go anywhere else, and like this one taco shop. So it was not a lot happening. So yeah, it was very. But again, everyone was young, and now that everyone's like a little bit older, now they're all friends, and we're like, wait a minute, we weren't allowed to be friends with you.
Yeah, you mature and you think
Yeah.
about the experience of it, and you have that in common. So I feel like, you always kind of bond on the experience of it, whether or not you got along at the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't say there's anyone I didn't get along with on Sabrina, but at the same time, there were friendships that kind of came afterwards that developed more than, like Elisa Donovan was always a friend of mine. Like I always knew her and she was on the show. And somehow after the show, we just followed each other's careers and respected each other. Actually, should be working together. She wrote a movie that she wants me to be in. And like, so we keep in touch a lot more than we ever really did on the show. We hung out, went to parties and stuff together, but now we're like, I can say we're truly friends. You know?
Sure.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
That's so fun. So I have to ask you though, on the show, was your character the face of Clothes Over Bros?
Yeah.
I don't know why that stood out to me. You got to tell me about Clothes Over Bros.
So Clothes Over Bros was Sophia Bush's character's clothing line. And then I became a model. Like I was a model on the show, model actress, whatever. And so then I came in to be like the face of Clothes Over Bros.
Okay.
So I worked with her a lot, obviously. And, but then on the show, my character, she was a drug addict. She was an alcoholic, which at the time I'd never been drunk before. So I'm like pretending to be wasted.
Oh my gosh. How old were you during this?
Between 24 and 28,
Okay.
27. Yeah. My mom was the mom that was like at 14. She's like, do you want a wine cooler? So, and
So you didn't
I would
need
have
to.
like a sip. So I never
Yeah.
felt like I was like, oh, okay.
I have to ask you about Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
You did the 23rd season?
Oh God.
Was it 25? How many
500?
have there been?
Yeah. What
did the-
season were you on?
So I was supposed to be in the first, but I was under a contract with Fox and they wouldn't let me out of a contract to go do ABC. And then I was pregnant for 4 years practically.
Oh,
So
wow.
I didn't get to do it. So then I did the 9th season,
Who was your partner?
Mark Ballas.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
Wait, did you win?
No.
No. When did you?
We had 16 people that season. For some reason, they doubled it up or something. And so we had double eliminations. And I went out 9th because I got the flu. Everyone got the flu the week before and they made a big thing. The flu hits Dancing with the Stars. But the next week I got the flu. And I had to do a waltz, which was so boring and slow. And I was like shaking and red and violently ill. And it was a boring dance. Everyone else had Latin dances and I had the waltz. And the next week I was going to do bare necessities and my kids were finally allowed in the ballroom because I'd been fighting to have my kids in the ballroom. I wanted them there because, had Kelly Osbourne and Ozzy Osbourne was in the audience every night watching her. And we had Donny Osmond and Marie Osmond's in the audience every night. And I was like, well, when is my family allowed to come visit? So finally they were going to come visit. I picked the song Bare Necessities. I was getting to design the costume. He was going to be in like a gray suit with tails. And I wanted a pop-up like top hat. And we were going to do I'd already killed it at the with the Charleston. And we were about to do a quick step. And I knew that was going to be my jam.
Yeah.
And I was so excited for the next week and I got voted out.
Oh.
So I made it like halfway because I was 9th, but really it was like already the 8th week of the show or something like that. But I brought look what I brought in today.
Oh.
My wristbands.
Yes. Wow, that is very Dancing with the Stars.
Right? I
Lots
keep
of-
these. Look, I even have a hairpin that was on there, like a little sparkly hairpin. But
Did you love it?
I hated it.
You hated
I
it.
hated it. Wait, you have to feel these, Amanda.
Oh, I'm
'Cause I
sure
think-
these are right up my alley.
No, but feel
are
them.
like-
It's probably not what you expect, right? See how you can squish them?
Yeah.
They're not metal or anything. They make them out of the fabric and they match them to your outfit. So that if your
Nice.
partner grabs them or you hit someone in the head,
No one's getting hurt.
you don't knock them
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I always thought
Which is
that was really smart and really
Yeah.
kind of one of the little secrets of Dancing with the Stars.
Wait, so why did you hate it?
I thought it was going to be more dancing. I didn't like the production moments. I didn't like that we had to keep like, oh, can you say that again? Because the camera didn't get it. I'm like, I am trying to learn a dance here.
Yeah.
And then you had to go do like, if we were doing the Charleston, it's like, let's go to the speakeasy and talk about the 20s and what this might have been. And, I didn't want to do the story points. I went there with my Epsom salts and my massage cream. I called Capizio and got all these different like blister protection. I was like, let's go. I'm ready to be up. I left my kids for the first time ever. It was the first time I ever left my children.
Yeah.
We had just moved to Connecticut and I went right back and spent 8 weeks there. And I was like ready to dig in and like win this thing. And all I ever wanted to be was a dancer. And here I was trying to dance and I hated myself. Like when I watched it back, I'd be like, I'm not a dancer. I'm not a dancer. I thought I did a great jive. I was so proud of myself for like getting every step right. Like the first dance I went out there, they kept saying, are you worried about the judges? Are you worried about the judges? I was like, no, because I don't care what they say. I'm here to have fun.
Right.
And I went out there and I was so nervous. And because it is live,
Yeah.
which is so scary.
And that beep, 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 beep.
Oh,
right
Yeah,
before like
they
the music
go.
sounds, you're
right
just like,
before your music goes, they're like, and here's Mark Ballas and Melissa Joan Hart, and then beep beep.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah, the
like-
beep, beep, beeps. I still have a little PTSD.
like you want to pee yourself. You're like, this is so nerve wracking. And then you do it, and I was that first dance, I was like, I didn't mess up a step. I didn't fall on my face. I didn't pee myself. I am good. And then you go over to the judges, and they're like, terrible. And I was like so deflated. Like 1 minute you're on cloud 9, and you so quickly fall from grace that you're like, you didn't like it? What? I didn't really expect to hate the judges as much as I did.
What was your experience like?
So I went, so I'd got asked to do it like a year or two before, but I was like, no. And then I had just separated from my now ex-husband, and I was like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to go do it. Like, I'm going to go do something for me. And so my daughter was like 6 months at the time. So I went with her, and I was on tour pretty like actively at that point. Like I was,
Music tour?
music. Yeah. Like Got the Boy was at the top of the charts. Like I was like things were like, my music career was doing really well. And so I was like, all right, let's just do it all. Let's go. Let's have fun. Let's not think about my ex in rehab. Like, let's just like go for it. And I had an amazing experience. Having said that, I was so just like mentally not there
Right.
with like everything going on in my life. And then also, like you were saying, like because of that show, it brings out like your feelings of not good enough and just like you suck. And then like, it's like, I think it was like week 3 or 4. I'm like, what am I doing? Like I suck. And I'm terrible. I'm like, why am I here? And like, and you beat yourself up so much. But
and I can imagine your season must have had more social. I mean, we had, I think, Twitter at the time, but that's it. Like we didn't have Instagram and all these other things. So it must be, even when you're seeing the reactions of people on social, that's got to be rough too, because you're actually hearing real time like responses.
She sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like point your toes. I'm like, you try it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's hard.
I'm just trying to follow my face.
I know, but I mean, it was at the end of the day, I wish honestly I could go back and just have more fun.
Me too. That's what I went there with the intention of, and I was so mad at myself. But also I felt like I didn't get the chance to dance. It was always like my partner was late. He wanted to go get coffee. So I'm like, all right, let's go get coffee. And I was like, let's go. And he was a little bit like dragging his feet, like, no, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We'll be okay. I'm like, but if I get kicked off this week, it's over. So it is kind of a marathon every week.
Exactly. And I will tell you, so Gleb and I actually got into a fight where I was just like, that's it, I'm done. And because he was always late.
Yeah. That was my partner too.
And it's like my son, again.
Because they do this all the time, and it's not, it's a big deal to them because it's their careers, but at the same time, they know what they're doing and we don't. Right.
That and like, my daughter was like 6 months old. And so I'm leaving my child with a nanny while I'm, my ex is in rehab. And I'm like, he was
every minute I'm away.
Every minute I need, like, I'm like, so that I get really, because I'm like on time. I mean, usually I'm early. Like I will be early. That's like my thing. I do not like being late. I respect people's time and what they have to do. And so I finally was just like, I got really annoyed, and he was like, "Why are you being such a B word?" And I was like, Like I was like, I'm done. Like, and then the cameras come out, and I was just like, I'm not gonna. But I was like, I'm not gonna give the cameras anything. Because then it's like, because then how they edit it, then it's like that it would turn to be like. Yeah. But I was just like the last, So I'm like the last 2 weeks, I was just like, let's just dance. So I feel like we just, and then he felt pressure because we were in the semifinals, and it was just like. But then now we're
because you ended up 4th, right?
4th, yeah. So
I know I whenever I talk to people, they're like, "It was the best time." I'm like, "Am I the only one that had a rough time with it?" Like,
no, you're not. And I think everyone goes through that mental challenge.
The dancers were also so much younger than me, and I ended up getting made fun of a little bit for that too. Of like, "Oh, you're old. You don't like." There was a snowboarder, Louis Vito, who I just adore, and he was the nicest guy. And I was like, I can't wait to go snowboard, because snowboarding is like my one thing that I feel like I'm decent at. But I was like, I want to go snowboard with you. You got to show me some tricks. You got to I want to go. And they were like, he's not going to go with you. You're old. Like, why are you going to go with Louis? Like, he's going to go with us, not you. I'm like, just because I'm not 23.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Meanwhile, I was only 36. Now I'm like 10 years older.
I mean, listen, it's one of those things where, again, like dancing isn't what we do. I mean, and honestly, I had a meltdown on the last movie. Not a meltdown. It was like a 5-minute thing, but I'm supposed to dance in this movie. And so they're like, oh, well, you were on Dancing with the Stars. You can obviously dance. And I'm like, hey, guys, like that was 5 years ago, first of all. Second of all, like I still need the rehearsal time. So we had some rehearsals. And then the day that we were going to film one of my like bigger scenes, they didn't fly the choreographer in town.
Oh, no.
And it had been like a couple weeks that I've like practiced it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so where's the choreographer? And they're like, oh, yeah, he can't make it. And I'm just like.
So you'd practiced in LA before you came here?
Before came here. And then like, so then I thought he was going to be, on set with us. And he's like, no, he's like, but like you remember it, right? And then I had a panic attack because I was just like, I'm not a dancer. And like, this is, it's uncomfortable when it's not something you're familiar with.
Totally. And you want to kill it if you're in a movie playing someone who can
dance teacher.
Yeah. Right. Then you want to kill it.
I kind of have to know how to do this.
Yeah. We did one with the one I did with Mario. I called in Courtney, his wife, to choreograph for us, and she brought their TikTok choreographer too to help us choreograph some dance numbers that we had to do for ours. Yeah, you want it. I mean, it's got to look legit, It's got to be. So you want to have that rehearsal, and that's what I hated about Dance with the Stars. I felt like I didn't get to dance as much as I wanted to dance. I didn't get to do that quick step either. I was ready to go home.
Dude, the quick step, I hate it. I was not
really
the jive was my worst dance I ever had.
Oh, really? Oh, we have such different taste then. Did you like Latin?
I'm like, no, I'm contemporary.
Oh,
I like the contemporary, I don't think I did
contemporary.
I was like, yeah. Because I used to figure skate, so like the waltz was like, like that was like my
Is there anything
jam.
you don't do?
Well,
like
I
this
know.
resume of yours, I'm like, she acts, she dances, she sings.
I don't dance. I just,
But you do.
no.
You
Well,
may
that-
not
the
claim yourself as a
waltz,
dancer, but
I
clearly
mean,
you do.
We did the Viennese waltz my first dance, and then we did my waltz the last dance, and it was the waltz I really didn't like. Viennese waltz was a little bit easier,
Oh, I
a little
like the
bit faster.
Viennese. Yeah, and there was the other one, the Argentine tango. I liked that one.
I never got
That
to
was
do, No,
sexy.
I did do an Argentine tango.
That was my shower dance, which was like the famous shower dance that they show a lot.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you what's your favorite dance.
That one was for sure. But it was a little awkward because my dad was in the audience that day, and I'm like literally on a bed, like dry humping Gleb, and then we go into a shower. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
And I
nice.
was like, I made it, Dad.
It's always
Like,
fun when dads are in the
Here I
audience for the
am.
sexy
Yeah.
stuff. It always happens that way too.
Yeah. I was like, you couldn't have been here when I was in my polka dot jive outfit last year.
Right.
last
Cute
week.
and innocent,
Yeah.
hair bow and
Like-
all.
Sliding
Yeah.
his leg. Woo! So I have to ask you about your music. I know. Do you just love? See, singing is like my biggest fear. But like, do you love being on stage or being behind a microphone?
I love parts of it. I love like touring. I got worn out from touring because it wasn't really something that I like. I'm so glad and I'm happy to do it, but it wasn't something that I was like, I want to be a singer and I want to tour. It's just when I was on One Tree Hill, they turned my character into a singer.
And you use some of your songs.
And I used some of my songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so from there I got a record deal. And then I went and, toured and had some songs on the radio, and it was amazing and I loved it. But when I was out there, I was like, this isn't actually fully what I wanted to do, like just this. And at the time they were very much like, you can't act and do this. Like you have to set yourself apart because their country radio isn't going to believe that you want this. So yeah, so it's like a lot of people like, when Lucy Hale tried or Julianne Hough tried, it's like they make you have to pick one because if not, they're going to be like, and a lot of times the program directors, I had one guy who was like, I just think you're fake and you just want to be an actress, or that you're just doing this because you think you can because you're an actress. And I'm like, well, what do I need to do to prove to you that I'm not just that, So it's like I moved to Nashville. I didn't do the last season of One Tree Hill. So it's like, but then I'm like, well, wait a minute, you're putting me in a box and I don't like
Right.
this.
Why can't I
Yeah.
do both
Yeah.
just because you say so?
And I was like,
That's
I
not
actually
fair.
am not, I didn't want to just be a singer. Like I want to be an actress. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like,
Right.
And so then once I had my second kid and I was just like, this isn't actually what I really want to do anymore. I'm learning not but. And I, and I can still do it just the way that I want to do it. I can put the songs out that I, like. So I just wrote a song that just came out. It's called The Story. It's about, being a single mama with 2 kids and this not being
cool.
the story that I wanted, but this is our story. And so now I just put out music to those who want to hear, but I don't
So
like.
that one single is out right now?
Yeah.
On Spotify, on iTunes,
Everywhere,
everywhere?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
cool. So everybody
So,
can go find that.
Yeah.
Wait, explain to me the and butt thing. I want to use this now.
So I just got back from this like therapy retreat too.
Oh, did you go to
on site?
On site? That's my friend Miles' place.
Yeah, I used to date Miles.
You did? I love it. Vanessa is a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
Actually, she was our second guest here. I think.
her and
That's
dad
so
were here
funny.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, I dated Miles like 15 years ago.
You did?
I mean, a million years ago for like a couple months.
Oh my gosh. So you went to on site.
Yeah,
world.
second. So this is actually my third. I went to on-site 12 years ago to do their living centered program, and then I went back for a couples intensive with my then husband.
Okay.
And then I just, I'm a year divorced now, and there was just a few things that I'm like, thank you. There's a few things that I just really needed to dive deep on and do an intensive and just, fix some really unhealthy patterns that I was doing in relationships and with myself and self-talk and carrying shame. So I was like, all right, I called Miles and I was like, I need to go now. Like I'm literally like my head is going to explode. So the next day I went, just God timing was amazing with that. And so, yeah, so I've heard it a few times from my therapist, but then when I was there at onsite, it was basically like, I've done such a bad job with this, but it's not a but, like and I'm going to do better. Like I'm hurting and I'm going to be okay.
Interesting.
Not like,
Not forgetting one for the or not replacing it, or
okay. So if like you did something that hurt me, I could be like, that really hurt that you did that, but it's fine. That really hurt you did that, and I really appreciate you.
Okay.
So it's not like you're not excusing it. It's like it can be. You can hold space for both.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not but whatever. It's like and you're holding space for both.
Oh, I like this. All right. This is my new. I'm
That's
gonna take
good.
this. I'm gonna work on that too.
A nugget.
I like it.
Because a lot of times I'm like, yeah, but whatever, or
Right.
but it's fine, or but or I will apologize if I'm apologizing to you. I'd be like, I'm sorry, but you were
Right.
like,
Oh, my husband does that all the time.
but it's like, and I can own that it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that with me. Well, we have to talk about all the things that you're into.
Okay.
So what
Yeah.
are you binging these days?
Okay, so the Ozark season just came out.
Oh, yeah.
So I watched that, the second part of the 4th season.
What do you like about Ozark? I haven't quite
Jason
gotten into
Bateman.
it yet. Oh, he's so great.
Oh, so good.
I'm so obsessed with him. Like, it's kind of like creepy. I saw him at Woodbridge Park when I was still living in LA. And
Now everybody knows where they can find him.
I know, right? I know. He lives somewhere back in where those houses are. But I saw him and I was just like pushing my daughter and I was like, hi. And then I was like, oh God, don't like, I just like,
me.
and he just doesn't know me. I know him, but he does not know me at all. And he looked at me, he goes, hi. And I was just like,
He probably gets it so much with his body of work and how
Yeah.
many different people know him from so many different things.
Yeah.
He probably just gets it all the time and is used to just going, hey, how are you?
yeah, but he was so sweet and nice and gave me the biggest smile. And I was just like, and then I took a picture of him from his back and I sent it to my ex and I was like, oh, well, at the time, my husband. And I was like, oh my God, look who it is. And he's like, it's a man with a back. And I was like, it's Jason Bateman.
I recognize those shoulders.
From the front, that would be creepy.
I know. I was just like, I had to like tell someone. But I love him and I love his dryness and I love I love his character.
You listen to his podcast too?
I don't. I need to. Yeah.
Speaking of podcasts, we haven't even talked about yours.
Oh, yeah. So you have a podcast.
I do. It's called Whine Down. It's about life and love and relationships and
Oh,
Or
so you get into
Wait, is
the
it
nitty-gritty.
wind down or wine?
Whine Down.
Like with wine.
WHINE. So it's like a mama
wine.
wine. So it's like
Down.
a wine, but also wine. Like you can like play
I like
on
it.
both.
I like
You can hold space for both.
Yes, I like that.
And
And you can have
it's
both.
really fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
How many do you have like seasons? How do you do it?
Oh gosh, every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Anywhere you can get podcasts.
Anywhere you can get podcasts.
Cool.
You can wind
All right,
down with
check
us.
that
And then we'd go on tour too. So we start
Oh, you're doing live ones?
we do live ones.
We did
It's
one so
really
far.
fun.
Do you like it? Yeah.
I do. I enjoy it. And then we have one in Nashville coming up, in Chicago, Atlanta, and then and then at the end of the wind down, I come out and sing with my guitar player.
Oh,
sing
very
some songs.
cool.
So it's kind of like
go when you come to Nashville.
Yeah. Are you a big reader? Are you really into TV?
So I am really into Emily Giffin.
Okay.
Gotta go.
All right. Yeah, so she did Something Borrowed, Something Blue.
Something Borrowed, Something Blue, Baby Proof, Love the One
Baby
You're With,
Proof.
Heart of the Matter, What Lies Beneath or Behind, whatever. And then she's got Meant to Be. That's out right now. So
Okay.
I'm going to start reading that. But
haven't read it yet.
I'm into that. And then I'm also like, I'll start reading that. And then I'm also reading like, Unwiring Your Brain from the Narcissist. So like I go from like, I'm very,
I like it.
Self-help
and
and an indulgent novel.
something. Yeah.
Do you do audiobooks? Because I've just recently discovered audiobooks.
No, I'm not a fan. I like to like turn the page.
I do too, but I think
Tactile.
you know what I'm
Yes.
doing is I'm reading one at home, but I'm listening to one in the car. So that's how
Brain
I'm like,
cannot do that.
I know I am getting a little confused with certain things. Like I was doing The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is like Amanda's favorite book ever. But I'm listening to that in the
good.
car, but then I'm reading one. And the one girl has freckles on her face that look like a constellation. And the other one's dad was a renovationist who like renovated the ceiling of Grand Central with the constellations. So I get confused between the stars in this one and the stars in this one. And like, so I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, I can't like, wait, I thought that was, oh no, wait, that's the other girl. Okay, wait. So it is a little confusing, but I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it. I feel like I'm too. And sometimes in the car lately, I've just been keeping it quiet. Like I don't even.
Oh,
Yes.
I haven't
I
done
love
that in a minute.
silent car time.
Yeah,
I
we're just
do for about
just
3 minutes, and then that's all I can hear.
Yeah.
Then I need somebody on the phone or
Right. Well, that's the
podcast.
long trips. I usually call like my mom or my dad or
Yeah,
someone. So,
I always have I do the time zones. I'm like, okay, who's awake on the East Coast? Okay, now we'll move to Central. Okay, now we'll move
Yep.
to Mountain. Okay, now
See, I do that on my runs. So I'm on the treadmill. I FaceTime my friends. Like
you do.
as I'm running.
while
yeah.
you run. I can't
yeah.
do that.
Well,
while
but
I
I'm not like a fast runner. I'm like a 5.5 on the treadmill.
Yeah, no,
so,
me
yeah.
too. But still, I'm like,
I
just
I'd
trying
be
to make it. I'm like, I gotta go for 2
You look
minutes.
great, sweetie.
No, because then I'm like ready to get. I'm just trying to survive the running until I can get to the walk. I'm like, how much longer do I have to do this?
No, running is woofy.
I can't believe you can talk to people. I'm impressed.
Well, it's like my time to like,
There you go.
time my peeps.
So other than your podcast, is there a podcast that you love?
I like the what is that? Dateline.
Oh, Like the TV show?
The
But
murder
there's
mystery Dateline. Yeah, they like the
okay.
yeah. It's I usually when I get my lashes done, because I usually don't like wearing makeup, so I just have lashes, and then I'm like good for the
I'm
day.
team lashes all the way.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Well, they call this town Lashville, I've heard.
Oh, Lashville.
That's what when I first moved here, they're like, oh, just wait, it's Lashville.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But yeah, because I usually
Or Nash Vegas, right? I've heard Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas. But we listen to that because sometimes it's like, because I was like on the Oprah trend and then the Aaron Eckhart toll, and then I was just like, I gotta just get my brain off something else. So murder is kind of where
it is.
Yeah,
That's where you go.
that's where I'm
That's
going.
where you go. I like it. So other than Ozark, what are your other binges that you've?
So I got to be honest with you, I haven't really watched. How do I say this? There hasn't been something that I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to go sit down and watch this.
No.
I feel that.
See, I'm a little addicted right now to Lost. My husband and I have been trying to get, and there's so many
Lost.
episodes, and we just started it, and I know we're like decades behind.
I mean, I've binged Sons of Anarchy twice.
Oh, really?
I love Sons of Anarchy.
Tell me about that one. Is it a reality show about bikers? Because that's what I think it is.
I mean, listen, Jax is like my hero in my mind. I'm just like obsessed with him, Charlie Hunnam's character. And
So it is fiction.
it's fiction.
Okay. I literally was always like, I see the promos or the photos, and I'm like, it's a biker reality show. I thought it was like the Kardashians on bikes.
I mean, it kind of, but it is like my favorite show ever. And I remember I tested for Mayans, which was the Kurt Sutter show.
Oh.
And I remember walking in just being like, I barely had words. I mean, I ended up obviously not getting it. It was between me and the girl that got it. And but it was the coolest experience because I'm like, Otto, like this is so cool. Like, but I probably fangirled too much, to be honest.
How many episodes or how many seasons?
Gotta
are there
live your
of
life
I think
while you have
there's
the
like
chance.
6.
6 seasons?
I
That's
think
a
so.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much I want to watch, and there's so
But
little time.
I just like feel like at the end of the night, I don't know. I need to get on something. Having said that, I'm about to get a puppy.
Oh.
So I'm going to be.
Well, you'll be on that.
I'm going to be
you
on
won't have
that.
any
You'll be
time.
I don't
binging
have
a
any
dog
time.
for a long
Yeah.
Just make sure they don't, the
I'm
chewing thing is
so
the.
pumped though.
Okay, so I just discovered I have 2 dogs, and the only thing that keeps them from chewing up my entire house is those like cow hip joints. You can get them for like $5. Funny enough, they're cheaper than any, and they're just like these like big bones, and then the dogs will chew on them for days.
Well, what kind of dog is she getting? What if she's getting a tiny dog?
If you're getting a tiny little like Chihuahua, then maybe you don't want a
Not
giant
a
hip.
Chihuahua. So I was going to get a boxer, but.
Okay.
And I'm not. I'll just put there. And I'm definitely not. Because I'm like I need something just in case if like someone can't watch it. Like I need something that I can travel with. So I'm gonna get a Cavapoo.
Oh,
okay.
cute.
And it's so
that's what my
cute.
sister has.
The size of the hip bone that you're talking about.
Yes.
So probably not good
Yeah.
for her.
Maybe not a
Real-
hip bone.
It's like 15 pounds, 15, 20 pounds.
Although if you
but
got a
it's
hip bone
really cute.
joint for them, you could. I would be working on that for a year.
Yeah.
My dogs get
yeah.
through it in about 3 or 4 days.
What
but
kind of dogs do you have?
I have. Well, they're both rescues. One of them's like a border collie pit bull mix, and then one is a maybe she might have a Rottweiler in her. And then the other one is like a yellow lab mix, but he's got no tail. His little tail was chopped off when they found him on the streets of Mississippi, and he was going through Tennessee, and so we took him in, and he's they're both the sweetest dogs. We took him walking yesterday, and Amanda had Sully, the
yellow.
Lord Sullivan Farquaad, on the leash, and I had the other one. But yeah, they're really sweet dogs, but the only thing they want to do is chew. They want to bark, which I'm okay with because they protect us with the bark.
Yeah.
But they want to chew up like all of my outdoor cushions the second I leave the house. They don't chew up shoes, thankfully. Like we can leave shoes all over the house and they don't chew those up.
Just the expensive furniture.
Just the outdoor furniture mainly. Just the outdoor furniture or their own beds, which is the biggest pain in the ass.
You have children, so that helps when you have a puppy because they will just run and play.
Yeah, and
if they play with
burn
them.
the energy.
So excited.
Yeah.
They'll
It's
be-
a good thing to give them chores of like just give them a scoop of food.
Oh yes,
and
like
let that
they're
be
going to
there.
be in charge of that, and yeah, I'm excited because I had dogs, lost them in the divorce, and I was like, I do not want a dog, and then now I'm like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because when the kids are gone, I'm like, I'm lonely.
Yeah. Have something to take care
Being a
of
puppy
and love
mom
on you.
is part of a personality. I think we've talked about this before, but my first child was a dog, and he lived to be almost 15. And so as soon as he passed, I was like, I'm never having a dog again.
Yeah.
Just my heart's broken. And then 6 months or so later, maybe not even that long, I looked at my husband one night and I was like, I'm a puppy mama. I have no
She's got
puppy.
cats too, though.
My personality
And
is
geckos.
fading.
Aw.
Yeah, but see here, I think that what you did was you had one dog. at a time, right?
Oh, yes.
See, I always have 2 at a time at least.
Well,
Sometimes
see, I
3.
think 2 is great. That's the thing. Like one, they kind of teach the other one,
That's
things.
my border
and-
collie.
yeah.
Like she was so smart. I don't know if it was the foster family she was with before us or if it's because she was part border collie. Like she is so smart. And I didn't want to get another dog because I didn't want to punish her by like putting them away together if the other one was misbehaving. Like,
Sure.
oh, you guys got to go in the little room in there because you're chewing everything up. But she taught the other one like he never went to the bathroom inside, not one time. We got him when he was about probably 6 months old.
Yeah.
And it's almost been a year now. But I'm like, he's never gone to the bathroom inside. He's never chewed up anything inside, only outside, luckily. I think she taught him that. But like she's been like the best little like if he goes to run away, she calls him back and like they work really well together. It's been nice.
Yeah.
And then
But
when I
you're
leave,
only
I don't
getting
feel
the
guilty.
one.
Only getting the one right now.
Yeah, take it one step at a time.
2 kids, 1 dog.
I like to stagger them. That way they don't pass away at the same time too. Like Saza.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm like,
you
if I
gotta
stagger
have
them,
to
then
think
I
about
have
it.
like one that's 3-4 years older than the other. Then
Yep.
hopefully, but that way I never have too much heartbreak. I'm like cuddling with one while the other one
Yeah.
saying goodbye to.
Get that.
But-
Mm.
But anyway,
no, I can't think about it. You're like,
Okay, what's
it's
next?
not even here yet. Let's quit talking.
wait, let's talk about Christmas movies real quick though. So
Yes.
you did the Christmas movie with Mario this year, and you've done a bunch. You did Ryan McPartlin last year. You had one with him.
Christmas in Mississippi, Christmas in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, you go to a lot of places.
I've been in a lot of places.
Do you
I'm
shoot
going
them
around
in
the
those
world.
places?
Yes.
Okay.
How
Um,
is Christmas in Mississippi?
It was hot.
I'm
Very
imagining
hot.
Let me tell you something.
And,
Mistletoe in Montana was really hot, like the hottest I've ever been. So it doesn't matter how far north you go in the July when you're filming a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
it's murder.
Well, and what's crazy is like I was so excited to film, this last movie because the time it was like March. So I'm like, oh, good, I'm gonna have jackets and it's gonna be like,
It'll be
really
fine.
like. But she didn't dress us cold weather. So like when it was like 45 degrees out and I'm in like a t-shirt, I'm like, why don't we have the big coat?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
I know. But it was fun. We had a good
Well,
time.
we've got some questions that we ask everybody,
Oh, I'm so excited.
and I want to ask you
like my
for your answers.
only feud time.
Okay, so here's your questions.
Okay.
So, is there a movie that you would watch even with commercials?
Notting Hill.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
really?
a great one. Yes.
You've not seen it?
I'll add it to the list. Will you write that
It's
down?
so good.
Amanda has a list of movies I have to see that starts with
on.
That Thing You Do and
Oh my God, that thing you do. I
We
married
have to
him.
have a media retreat where
you
I
have
make
that,
her watch all the
John?
things.
oh yeah.
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 He's my husband for like a week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But Julie's my best friend.
Your husband for like a
Oh.
week.
Yeah. So Julie Solomon,
Yeah.
his wife is my best friend.
Oh, so you guys are still close.
Yeah.
Right
Oh, we
on.
are very
And Miles, you're like friends with all your exes.
I mean,
I love
why
it.
not?
That's
There's-
good. I
Why
love
have
it.
the
Be that
negative
person.
bad energy?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
like to have any bad mojo. It's like some people just don't work out, and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's okay.
and that's okay.
Exactly. Life
And
goes on.
exactly, and that's
And-
okay. Is there a book that you read super fast?
Something blue.
Oh, really? I actually that was the first one.
That was the second one.
Second one. I
That's
read the first one.
I read though.
I read the
Something
first
Blue.
one really fast.
Yeah.
Second one, I read almost as fast, but Baby Proof. I think I never made it through Baby Proof.
That one was a little slower,
Okay, it's same characters, right?
different.
Oh, different characters.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's what I was expecting it to be a third
Yeah.
book, and it wasn't. That's where it lost me.
She always combines something in there, but yeah.
Okay.
Same universe, different people.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you have a favorite show you watched as a kid or a teenager?
Can I say Sabrina?
Are you serious?
Girl, TGIF was my jam.
That's so cool. You're like the first person to say that. Actually, I never thought
Really?
that would be your childhood. That's so funny.
It was my childhood. Like I loved that show. Like I loved that show.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, that's literally.
Look at her, she's blushing.
I know.
That's so weird. I didn't expect that.
I was TGIF was like what me and my brother we always sat down and watched every Friday.
Friday
like
night.
that was
It made sense because what are kids going to do on Friday nights?
and it was good TV, and so and I loved you on there. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Do you have a favorite fast food joint?
I would say, okay, well, define fast food.
Like if you're
It
driving,
have to be a window,
like not
or do
necessarily.
you like
Not
think like
necessarily.
Chipotle would be
Oh, that's
fast food,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like lemonade?
Oh, I love lemonade. I don't think there are lemonades here. Are
Is
there?
that
not.
defined as fast food?
We had that in LA.
Yeah,
but
I guess
it's-
it's healthy fast food. It's
Okay,
LA
healthy fast food is I know it's like and then
But I do love lemonade.
if not In and Out.
Their ahi poke bowl
So good,
with the cauliflower rice.
so good.
So good.
Yeah,
Actually,
they need one
I
here.
didn't- who would think I would ever say cauliflower rice is a yummy thing, but it is.
It really is.
They do need one here. You're right. We
I
need
was
some more
thinking
healthy
about it.
eating here.
I know. Yes,
We need to bring. I mean, we have Rosé Pony and a few other things, but like
we've got
we
like True
need-
Food, but like
True Food. Yeah, I haven't really. Yeah, I have been there. I actually went there last week. I'm a liar.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it's good. But
Yeah.
but my husband won't go there. So
Try the OG when you go to True Food next. It's this ginger. I don't know if you like ginger.
Yeah.
It's ginger honey soda. It's so good.
Oh.
I don't know what they do, but it's like incredible.
Well, North Italia. Well, we're totally off the fast food program, but there's this place North Italia. I guess it's a chain, but
is
they
a
have it
good
at the
one.
mall here.
Is it good?
Oh my gosh, they have. I've never in my life said this before, but I love their salad. I don't like salad. It takes everything I have to eat. Like you have to put a lot of good stuff on top of the lettuce to make it worth it for me.
Like ranch and
Yeah. This is like, you don't even taste the dressing. It's like a lemon vinaigrette, but it's like really light. And I put prosciutto on top of it. And they have just a little bit of shaved Parmesan and some avocado in there. And it is, honestly, I crave it. I crave it.
I'm gonna have to
So
try
good.
that because there's
They have
one
really
in
good
Franklin.
salmon too.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They have a few around here. I think they have them.
I have
think
no
it's
idea.
a chain,
I just know
Yeah, it is a chain. Yeah.
but I love it.
Okay, cool. I'll have to try it.
And I don't like salads. Is there a show you refuse to watch?
Game of Thrones.
She's my people.
We're gonna have to change that. Hold on, we're gonna have to change that. Really?
I have zero desire.
I felt that way
I'm so
until
with
I
you.
started it.
I
In
watched
episode 4. I could not stop.
episode and I was like, the name. What's his name? What? Who?
Oh,
is
there's
that?
a lot of.
I
It doesn't
was-
matter because they're going to kill him off in like 2 seconds.
I
Anyway.
was so confused.
great. Nobody's
I didn't
safe.
get it, and I was like, y'all can have it. I
It's
don't want
very confusing. You need a lineage. So I actually pulled up the lineage. I had a puzzle of
No.
I can't remember what the world's
It doesn't
called.
matter. As soon as you invest in someone,
Oh no!
they gone.
On the set of No Good Nick, we literally had a map. I had a 3D map puzzle, and the entire cast and crew put that puzzle together in about a week. But it was all about Westeros. It was all about where people lived. Like the Targaryens are over here, and it is. It's a Dungeons and Dragons and I'm not even a Dungeons and Dragons person, but it is so juicy and fun. It is so it's all my favorite things put together. It's like biblical. Not really, but it feels that way. Mixed with Braveheart, mixed with history. And
I love Braveheart, but I just can't.
I think you need to go back and watch it again and think Braveheart.
I don't know. It's it kind of falls in the same category as Lord of the Rings, and that's not my jam either.
I agree with Lord of the Rings, and Sean Astin's one of my buddies, so I hate to say that, but
Yeah.
it
Sean,
is-
I did click with him way
You
back in the day
did?
with Adam Sandler. Yeah.
is
He was
he not the nicest man on earth?
he was so kind.
Yeah.
Like
He is
so kind.
One of my favorite human beings
Yeah.
on earth. I cannot wait to have him on here so you can meet him.
He's so kind.
The sweetest, most bubbly, fun. We will
Yeah.
talk politics
Genuine.
and we will, and I don't think there's anyone else in the world I can talk politics to and have fun, sweet, loving conversations about politics. He's the only one, not even my husband. Obviously, my husband I want to kill when we talk politics.
Is one side one and the other side the other?
It's gotten to be very divided.
Oh no.
Used to be on the same general trajectory until we both started to read different things.
Well, that can be a problem.
It becomes a big problem.
Yeah.
Is there a movie that you don't understand the hype of?
I mean, I would definitely say Lord of the Rings, but I would say, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this one, but La La Land.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
I was bored.
Yeah,
I honestly turned it off.
yeah. I
I
felt
was
like that
kinda just
about Little Women. I think.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, the new Little Women. First of all, I had some friends over to watch it on a snowy morning. Kids went to school, and the girls came over for some hot cocoa, sitting and watching. We chatted for the first 5 minutes of the movie, and I missed the entire. I don't know. And I'd read the book and watched the other movies, and I don't know what was going on.
That's
I was so confused. I hate to admit that.
funny.
But yeah, I could see La La Land being a little. I
just
think
kinda
I fell asleep in the middle.
And I like both of them. I loved them in Crazy, whatever, something love. Or
Crazy Stupid Love.
I love
they're
that
so good in
movie.
that.
It was so good. But yeah,
that's one of my.
I'm just not in one of those types of movies where it's all of a sudden you're and I'm going to start dancing.
Yeah.
I'm just
It makes no
did you see-
sense. You lost me.
Did you see Click Click Boom?
No.
I didn't really expect it to, even though it was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda or directed by him. I didn't expect it to be a musical, and I was a little thrown off.
Yeah. And so when that happens, the only movie I liked that it did that in was the Elton John movie. That's the only movie where I was I like this.
A true musical, yeah.
But most I don't.
And it makes sense because you know all the music. It helps
Yeah.
when you know all the music.
Yeah.
I think La La Land, the music was actually written by a guy that went to the high school where I wanted my kids to go up in Connecticut. So I was
Womp womp.
little check for them. Yeah.
Connecticut.
I didn't get to be there. Is there a workout that you gave up on? These are all questions about what do you hate? Is there a workout that you gave up on?
Yes. A workout that I gave up on. A workout.
Or something you refuse to do. My husband hates spinning.
Oh, yoga. Can't.
Oh, that's
Don't
funny.
like it.
Kathy Lee said the same thing, actually.
Don't like yoga. My therapist keeps making me, she's like, you should just try it. I'm like, it's not happening.
I can't do it.
I'm not going to sit here for an hour and just stretch.
Can you
And,
do hot yoga?
So that's better because I feel like at least I'm doing something. But then
That's
I'm
how
like,
I
why am
feel.
I putting myself in a chamber?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's also torture too.
Well,
So I'm like,
I can't quiet my mind like that. Actually,
Yeah.
having quiet makes me want to think too much.
yeah, like I'm starting the meditation train for like 5-10 minutes a day slowly. But yeah, no, the yoga, I'm like, I'm not wasting. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I will stretch.
It's really hard.
Favorite workout?
I love to run, even though I hate it. Like today I did an awful run. I could barely get a mile and I was like beating myself up. But, tomorrow I'll try for 6.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just a mental game. And I think that's what I love about it is like trying to like beat my mental.
I want to be a runner so bad.
I
can't
cannot.
do it. I can't do it.
You can, you just have to keep doing it. I mean, literally today I was like, I'm done.
But you can just pack your sneakers and all of a sudden you're a runner anywhere you go in the world. And I can't. I wish I want a spin class and I want weights and I want like all the stuff.
Well, I work out with, do you know Erin Opria? She does Vanessa too. She's great. She's my trainer. She comes.
Yes, we've heard a lot about
Yeah,
her.
she's great. She comes 2 times a week, and I like doing stuff like that. I'm also going to take kickboxing coming up here soon.
Oh.
I feel like I have some aggression that needs to come out.
Get it out.
Get it
It's
out,
gonna
girl.
be
Get it
like
out.
I don't know. I feel like that's just going to be a fun workout.
There's
to
something
try.
called Fight Camp that my husband got me for Christmas 2 years ago, and it's like Peloton but for boxing.
Ooh.
So you get the little sensors in your like wrist wraps, and you get the gloves and you get the bag, and you have to do a certain amount of hits, and you can do it. I mean, you can just do like 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, and I loved that workout. I did it all last year, and then I just stopped. It's
Called
in my
Fight Camp?
garage. Fight Camp.
Okay, I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, you have to get the bag. And then what I did was, though, I can take the sensors with me easily, pack them in a bag,
Sure.
no problem. But in LA, I got like a bag and gloves, and so I have another set out there, so I can just bring the sensors back and forth with me.
Right.
And I was doing that so much last year, and I just haven't done it this year. I really need to.
Yeah, Fight Camp. I'm going to remind me to write that down.
Fight Camp's fun.
Because
you can do it at your own pace and whenever,
Yeah.
and you can do it for 20 minutes, you can do it for 40 minutes, they add in abs, you can, I love that one.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite genre of books?
Yeah, I would probably say like, the Emily Giffin, Sex
Yeah.
and the City kind of vibe. Like that's what I like to just like zone out to.
Some fiction, some love,
Some romance. But
romance.
It has to be, and this is going to sound, I'm going to say this wrong. It has to be like it can't say like, and she said. It has to be from her point of view.
Okay.
Or like
Did
from
you
the
read
person's point of
Wish
view.
You Were Here, Jodi Picoult?
Does she do from that point of like from the
I can't,
from
that's what I'm trying to.
the
I
writer's
wanted to
point of
ask
view?
you that. That's why I was asking if you
Because
read
if it
it.
was like, and then she said, and then I'm like, I'm out. It's too confusing.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know.
think-
I don't.
I think it's from her point of view. I can't recall.
What is
Now,
that called?
I'm
Like,
still reading it, so I'll let you know.
like I don't
First
know.
person.
First
First person.
First. There you go.
It's I wonder if you would like Wish You Were Here, because I feel like it could be, but it's about the COVID lockdown, and she's at the Galapagos. She left her boyfriend who was going to propose to her, but he's a doctor in New York, and so it's during COVID, so he had to stay in New York, and he's like, you go on the trip, and she gets stuck in lockdown in Galapagos and can't communicate with him in New York.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
interesting. I really like it, but I haven't finished it yet. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Do you have a short podcast that you have on like constantly, maybe like, or something that you like to just go to?
I would say probably the Dateline that we talked about. Yeah.
That would be your go-to. Like
Yeah.
in the car or when you're running?
In the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you're running, you only want to talk to people.
I only want to talk to people. Yeah.
That's very strange. Do you have a favorite reading spot?
Yes. I have this outdoor bed in my screened-in porch. So
Okay.
I sit out there.
Oh, screening is a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
All the bugs down
Bugs.
here. Oy.
Yep.
So now I have to ask you to look at your phone, if you would, and let us know how many unread emails you might have.
Oh, I'm
because
going to tell you this right now. It was 0 when I walked in. Yep, 0.
Oh, she's team
I'm
Melissa.
that,
still 0.
I'm that person where I
am I at?
just checking for mail.
I just want to have this kind of organization, but not enough to actually.
I'm at
do it.
126, you guys. I had
No.
it down to 30 last week.
So I am the person where I will go in your phone and unsubscribe from all the crap that you have.
You're the
because
kind of friend I really need
can't-
because she wants me to do it.
I have sent her text after text of like, hey,
yeah,
today,
but that's me doing
look through
it.
your emails and delete all your M's, and like,
I mean, it literally gives me anxiety.
Same.
If it has, I mean, I have to
she's
even
organized.
this,
I like it.
yeah.
Okay. when we
I'm
first
very
started-
organized. Like when I go on a movie, like I'm like everything is tabbed to the day and like to the week and what. Like I'm
wow.
very like
Oh, she's more than me.
I'm very like
She's more
I
my people than I
appreciate it so
am my people.
I just don't have that kind of discipline. My brain does not work that way.
You're creative.
I do it over a glass of wine though.
I mean, I appreciate
go.
that too.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're like
Sorry,
you're
my
rewarding
belly. You guys
yourself.
can hear my belly in the mic.
Oh, that's not.
There
I'm
you
like so hungry. I'm like,
The other day I had one that sounded like my ribs were farting.
I was
It was
like,
the
oh.
weirdest bubble. It was the weirdest
It's
bubble.
your twin trying to get out.
All right, so she's going to read you some this or that.
oh, okay. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Superman or Batman?
Batman. He's hotter.
Generally.
Natural tan or spray tan?
Natural.
Mascara or lipstick, which this is obvious because team lashes.
Well,
I would do mascara.
Sinful.
I know I have some on right now. I know.
I won't
wait, you
tell
don't
your
use
lash girl.
mascara on your lashes?
You're not like, I mean,
didn't know that.
yeah, I mean, I just wanted them to pop a little bit more today. So like
They look real good.
the only time in a makeup chair, like I will let them do whatever. I just like to do my own mascara. For some reason, I just like to like have them like each one.
What
like,
do you
Oh, wow.
use?
Yeah, what's your brand?
Because I mean, I haven't bought mascara in like 8 years now.
I
Really?
like the not L'Oreal. What is that? Oh my god! I'm gonna send you a picture of it.
Okay.
It's
I've been kind of obsessed with the Million Lash. Right? Is that
Million
L'Oreal,
Lash.
I think?
I can't remember, but yeah, it's a cheapo.
And but you must be meticulous in taking it
Very.
off. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm also rough on them too.
Okay.
Oh, you
so
are?
I am too. I go this. I'm just gonna say it. This is my indulgence in life. I go once a week to get them filled because I like them to look full. All
Yeah,
the time.
I go every other week. So most people do 3 weeks. I do 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
then, but I also know people that do the once a week too.
It started when
This
I
is like
had
blasphemous
tiny
for me.
babies, and I was like, I need 30 minutes to myself.
Yeah.
And
See, now I would go do my nails if I had to do something.
I
Just
hate getting
because-
my nails done.
No.
I hate it too because I think too much and I can't use my hands, which makes me crazy. But
Yeah.
it's the time that I try to take.
No, it's a chore to get my nails done. It is.
Yeah, I have to get mine
It
done.
is
I'm
a
just like,
joy.
I just do my
to get my
toenails.
eyelashes
It's just
done.
my toenails. But it's funny because like with the lashes, the only beauty advice my mom ever gave me was don't touch your lashes or they'll fall out. And so I wouldn't I was never allowed to wear mascara on Clarissa. It wasn't until Sabrina I started wearing mascara only when I was at work. I would never wear it on my own.
oh wow.
And like I never did anything to my lashes. And then during Melissa and Joey started wearing some like false individuals.
Yeah.
And now like if I go out and stuff, I'll do strips. Like if I'm going on like
Have
a red
you
carpet.
used Latisse?
Yes, I
Okay.
love Latisse
Because Latisse did so during COVID when that happened. I was like, well, shoot, now I gotta get like Latisse, and it worked amazing.
It's amazing.
I just didn't like, and I honestly, my lashes were like long like this, but I don't like the process of curling my eyelashes and putting on mascara. And like again, I don't love to wear makeup, and I
don't
normally
either.
don't.
Well, it sounds like you make
So,
it very
like-
difficult to put on. If you're putting mascara on each lash.
Well, no, that was just like
taking-
today because
Oh,
you know
okay,
I was
okay.
like trying to like.
No, see, I won't curl
She's
them anymore
judged
either.
for
I did.
us.
I curled them in my. I want to say I curled them in my 20s.
Yeah.
And then like my 30s started doing some individuals, and then I try not to wear them as much as possible. And Latisse really helped like fill them out. Now I only like real quick just throw a little bit on.
Yeah.
And actually, my favorite thing to do is tint them
Oh yeah.
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
to do the
yeah, yeah, I
tint.
tried that too.
because I have very blonde. I have long eyelashes, but I have very blonde eyelashes at the ends. Like they just fade at the ends. So if I can get them dark at the ends, then I'm like I'm good. I don't need.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's just my mom. It's just my
I'm a
mom in my
cupcake.
head.
Give me
No,
all my
that's
lashes.
okay. It's Lashville,
Everybody's got
baby.
their
It's what I
thing.
need.
Everybody's got their thing.
Lashville.
Okay. TV shows or movies?
Movies.
Plucked or threaded?
Plucked.
Chess or Scrabble?
Neither.
Oh.
Bananagrams.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's basically the same thing.
I don't even know what that is.
Scrabble without the board.
Bananagrams. It's so fun.
Oh,
But
okay.
you go at your own pace. And you
Okay.
don't have to use like crazy long words. Like I just, yeah.
No, it's
I don't even know. that.
Bananagrams is so fun. We'll play.
it's
right.
Scrabble sans
Do a
pressure.
game night.
Okay.
And I'm a big gamer. Like game nights are my jam. I
Oh,
do,
really?
Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Like once a month game
So
nights.
my
like,
game is
I'm obsessed.
backgammon. You ever play backgammon?
Love backgammon.
Like with a glass of wine and a friend, and you just like play backgammon while you chit chat.
Love
my
all.
favorite thing.
Euchre is my favorite though. I'm a big card girl. So
Oh, okay.
I'm from Michigan. Do you know how to play euchre? You smiled. No. Yeah, euchre.
I don't know what that is.
It's the best
That
game
method.
ever.
Oh,
Okay,
from
yeah.
Ohio.
It's a Midwest game, but it's like I've taught all my girlfriends how to play euchre. Yeah,
All right.
It's so fun.
You'll have to teach us because I have no idea what that is.
So fun.
Sand or snow?
Sand.
Twizzlers or red vines?
Oh, good
Wait,
question.
you're from the Midwest. so-
Twizzlers.
Oh, see, leaning more East Coast then.
Yeah, Twizzlers. I like this mini bite Twizzlers.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, I don't really
They're
like those.
chewier.
Oh, yeah. I like
Those are a little. Yeah, I like the long ones because I like that.
They're a little harder.
Like
yeah.
a,
Yeah.
Okay, Nirvana or Foo Fighters? Oh,
you're not rock. What's your genre? Country?
I'd
What
go
do you
foo.
like?
No, I'm more like I listen to everything, but like I'm kind of like James Taylor meets Eminem meets worship music meets Salt and Pepper. Like my playlist is like very bipolar.
I like that. I'm the same.
I
I'm
just
the
saw
same.
Salt and Pepper like
A few nights ago.
The-
Yeah.
New Kids on the Block.
So good.
They were so good.
I love
good.
them.
I wish I had known they
En
were
Vogue
there. It
was
would have been
even
worth it
better,
to
though.
go for like En Vogue and Salt and Pepper. I would have totally gone to that concert.
so
Not a
good.
New Kids on the Block fan, but I would have loved the rest of it. Yeah.
My kids wanted to go, mostly because Rick Astley was there. And
Which I think it's
apparently Rick
hilarious.
rolling is a whole thing again amongst children.
I think it's hilarious that the kids know Rick Astley. I barely know who he is, and I
Yeah,
grew up in that generation. You're too young to know. No, you are
Oh,
too. You're
never
too young to
gonna
actually
give
know.
you
Yeah. Oh, never gonna let
You down.
Yeah, apparently in the YouTube generation, it's Rick rolling has
Are they
returned.
using it on TikTok a lot? Is that why?
I don't know.
I don't think that's like a big TikTok
My YouTube
trend.
obsessed 9-year-old is like,
Do you hear it on your TikTok station? Because you listen to TikTok radio,
it does
right?
not come on TikTok radio.
It doesn't?
No.
Maybe it will soon.
Fascinating.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
This
thank
was
you for having
so
me. I appreciate
fun.
it.
Oh, you've got to leave a secret in our secret jar.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
so
yes.
At
excited.
the end of the season, we read the secrets and we try to guess who they are, and we have no clue.
Amazing.
I mean, we probably
We're horrible
annoy
at it.
the audience because we're like, we read them and then we have no answers. So it's kind of hilarious. But
Love
we
that.
hope you'll
I
leave
will-
a secret. We hope you'll come back.
Yes, thank you so much. And we'll do wine girl night.
Yes,
Book club
game
date
night.
night.
Okay, yeah, love
let's
it.
do it. Thank you.
Welcome to Nashville.
Thank you. Thanks, Jana. Thank you guys for joining us here at What Women Binge.
Can you do us a favor and give us an Apple Podcast review? It helps a lot.
Yeah, while you're at it, you can follow What Women Binge on Instagram.
And follow me on Instagram at Amanda WWB.
If you like listening to the podcast, you would love seeing it. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MelissaJoanHartOfficial for full episodes, bonus content, and so much more. What Women Binge is produced by Laugh-O-Gram Studios. Our wonderful theme song was written and produced by my cute husband, Mark Wilkerson. Video production by Matt Giesler and Jay Hawley. Audio by Matt Lott. Production assistant Jen Best. And she is the best. What Women Binge is distributed by Podcast Heat. For more information, visit podcastheat.com. Do you have a question or a comment or a topic you want to suggest for the show? Well, we are listening. Email us at wwbquestions@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.